Story of the Matsya Avatar, Fish Incarnation. This story is from Srimad Bhagavat. When Brahma began to sleep and sleep started to come to him, at that time the Vedas came out from his mouth, and the demon named Hayagriva who lived near him stole them. Because of the occasional Naimittika dissolution of Brahma, all the worlds were submerged in the ocean. Sri Hari came to know of Hayagriva's theft and, for the rescue of the Vedas, assumed the Matsya incarnation. The king of the Dravida country, Satyavrata, was a great devotee. He was a supreme observer of the Matsya vow and was performing penance by drinking only water. He alone became Viva Swata Manu in the present great cycle, Kalpa. One day, while offering water in the Kritamala river, a small fish came into his folded palms. He released it again into the water. It prayed greatly that, "Water-dwelling creatures will eat me, please protect me." The king placed it in a water vessel. It grew so large that it did not remain in the water pot. Then the king kept it in a big pitcher. In 2 moments it became 3 hands long. Then he placed it in a large pond. After a short time it assumed the form of a great ocean. In whichever reservoir it was kept, it became bigger than that. Then the king released it into the ocean. With great compassion it said, "O king, do not leave me in this. Protect me." Then the king asked, "By assuming the form of a fish, who are you that enchant me? In just 1 day you have enclosed a lake of 400 kos in extent. You are certainly the all-powerful, all-pervading, imperishable Shri Hari. For what purpose have you assumed this form?" Then the Lord said, "From today, on the 7th day, the 3 worlds will be submerged in the ocean of dissolution. Then, by my inspiration, a very large and heavy boat will come to you. At that time, you should board that boat along with all living beings with their subtle bodies and the 7 sages, and take along all herbs and seeds as well. When the night of Brahma comes, then I shall make your boat wander in the ocean, and I shall answer your questions." Having said this, the Matsya Lord disappeared. In the time of dissolution, it happened exactly as the Lord had said. The Matsya Lord appeared. His body was radiant like gold, and his bodily extent was 400,000 kos. On his body there was a very large horn. The boat was tied to his horn with ropes made of bamboo. Satyavrata praised the Lord. The Lord, being pleased, taught him the supreme mystery of his own form and the knowledge of Brahman, which is in the Matsya Purana. When Brahma's sleep broke, the Lord killed Hayagriva and returned the Vedas to Brahma. Srimad Bhagavat. Story of Shankasura and the Vedas. This story is from Padma Purana. The ocean had a son named Shanka. He defeated the gods and took away their heaven, and snatched the authority of all the guardians of the worlds. The gods went and hid in the caves of Mount Meru, and became sorrowful and helpless. Then the demons thought that the gods become powerful by the strength of the Vedic mantras. Therefore, I shall abduct the Vedas. Having made such a resolution, he stole the Vedas. Brahma, on the full moon of Kartika, on Ekadashi, took refuge in the Lord. The Lord gave assurance, and assuming the form of a fish, fell from the sky into the cupped hands of the sages, shining like lightning. Out of compassion, the sages gradually kept it in a water pot, a well, a pond, a river, and many other places, and finally placed it in the ocean. There it also grew and became gigantic. After that, the Lord in the form of a fish killed Shankasura, and holding him in his hand, went to Vishnu Loka and then to Badiravan. There he called all the sages and ordered them to search for the Vedas scattered inside the water, and finding them with their secrets and seeds, bring them quickly. Then all the sages endowed with brilliance and strength rescued the Vedic mantras along with the sacrificial rites and seeds. Whichever sage attained whichever mantras of the Vedas, those mantras came to be known by that sage's name. Brahma, with all the sages, offered the recovered Vedas to the Lord. From Diti were born sons like Makar, Hayagriva, the very powerful Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyakashipu, Jamba, and Maya. Makar went to the world of Brahma and, enchanting Brahma, took all the Vedas from him. In this way, after abducting the sacred scriptures, Vedas, he entered the great ocean. Then the entire world became devoid of Dharma. On Brahma's prayer, the Lord assumed the form of a fish and entered the great ocean, and he killed the demon Makar by tearing him apart with the front part of his snout, mouth. And bringing all the Vedas along with their parts and subparts, he offered them to Brahma.